Yeah, turn it over to Tim and some final remarks. So thank you, everybody, for a very lively discussion today and a lively interaction on a number of topics. It was intense and heavily charged, and I guess I like to think about it as being efficient. There was very little quiet moments here. It's just really, personally, very, very satisfying when I think back on how I used my time over the past 10 years and how we've made such significant strides in our understanding of the sorghum crop through the core collection and all of the activities that have spun out from that. The stimulation that took place through kind of thinking about what opportunities do we have in the food product sector to use novel germplasm, the high protein digestible materials, and how that one idea just generated so many additional new topics of inquiry that we continue to follow up with now. The hybridization process that is now turned inwards to take advantage of Ethiopia's core collection of materials, the discovery of resistant materials leading to the pointed discovery of ARG1 gene, and that additional 8 genes that have been discovered to confer broad and limited resistance. Those are fantastic global public goods that everyone from around the world is looking at you as those leading the scientific discovery, you being at the forefront of sorghum science, and you being at the forefront of delivering results for stakeholders. So I'm incredibly satisfied and humbled, and I felt like this 10 years has been spent in a very, very rewarding way. So that's the message that I want you to leave with, and I want you to, again, think about the global conference as a way we can celebrate what we've achieved over the past 10 years. I'd like to offer our EAB members here that are present with an opportunity to sum up with a couple of words.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've learned so much from all of you on this meeting.
I know she said
I would encourage you to think really long term. You know, adult food habits are hard to change. But if you start feeding an infant or young child a complementary food that they have like 6 to 8 minutes, 10 years from now, they'll be asking for it. You will no longer have an option problem at all. You know, they like it better. And I think in terms of marketing, I'm excited to see the things that are happening and being considered for marketing. I think you might think of different funding. You know, the big thing, the commercial. But I have seen women's cooperatives using very simple drying techniques, right? In an area that was planted out in the valley, you know, and so they were drying the vegetables and they were packaging them and making them available and earning a little bit of money and getting their own complementary foods for their own incomes. So I see some parallels between some of you saying about the storylines that you have some that are high input, but thinking also about some that may be low input for farmers who are not adding the whole package that you'd like to see them add. So I see parallels in that in having my process too. And then I try to take advantage of these publicity. There's little videos and photos of children happily eating what you have made would be really money. Circulating, and children eating new foods are so cute, and we really could do some things with that. So, thank you for inviting us.
Mostly that him unfortunately stole part of my script, that some of it I wanted to say. This has been just an amazing voyage of discovery for me to be working with SMIL for the last 10 years. And when the first set of proposals came to us and we sat together in Manhattan to decide who would be funded and who wouldn't, those that we selected were so incredibly ambitious that we thought, well, if they could deliver half of what they're proposing for two-thirds, that would be a complete success. I'm so impressed that you have delivered basically 100% of what you have set out on an extremely ambitious proposal starting 10 years ago and in this phase 5 years ago. And you've done it particularly the last several years under extremely difficult conditions within Ethiopia. That takes tenacity, it takes courage, and it takes determination and a lot of skill. And you delivered that, and so very, very impressed. Now we're facing a classic problem of planning under uncertainty. There may be no third phase. There may be no additional resources. There may be no additional time. You've got 6 months to complete, and you've already got your budgets that have been allocated to you. How best to spend it? And what I would suggest is, as you're considering the way forward, think of how you can maximize your impact. Maximize the momentum going forward. Maximize the return on the investment that has already been put into your work over the last 10 years. What are the priorities for the rest of the year will allow you to achieve that? To establish new partnerships that will carry the work forward. To take full advantage of the communication that Stacy presented to you earlier. One of the most important ways of creating interest and momentum and impact is to get your message out. Get it into government, get it into the national public, with processors, but get the message out in a way that raises awareness, generates excitement in the products that you have developed. So please take full advantage of the opportunity that you have with professional marketing and communication specialists to get your message out in the full excitement. It will be one way of ensuring that we get a full return on the investment. Now let's say another phase comes through, or funding for 3 or 4 years of additional work. I would ask not only that you focus on maximizing impact, but also how can you complete the work of capacity building in Ethiopia, both individual personal capacity building, that would be through formal training or informal training, but also how can you transfer some of the responsibilities that have been carried out for doing consulting in the U.S. and bring them here, so that you have the capacity to build your language knowledge as you need to carry out the work that has been done in the U.S. in the past, so that you can become more independent and lead more with programs without having to go on U.S. universities. They can still play an important role by coming and providing technical backstop, additional capacity building in the years to come. But the extent to which you can build a domestic capacity to become more independent in this work Okay, that would be one thing that ask that you might consider. If but again, it has been such an enormous privilege to work with you. It's been so incredibly satisfying to see what you've been able to accomplish. And I'm really excited to see what you accomplish in the public meeting. Hopefully in the 30 days as well. Thank you all very much.
Brahani first. Okay. We're gonna do Brahani first. You hear me?
To follow Tim's and Barbara's comments, the two other members of the AAB, but anyway, I want to reflect on some issues there are some things which really came up and struck me as being very important, so I would just go through those. The first item that has come up in our discussion may not be today, but in discussing the national program is how we have highlighted the germplasm from Gambela. I think I mentioned the other day that the Gambela germplasm is extremely important, not only for Ethiopia, but globally. Many of you that have been involved in the breeding area, the Zerazira sorghums are very, very important. They have been as parents in breeding programs in ICTISA and in our national programs, many of the national programs. And it's being highlighted again because we have a person from Gambela who is focusing on sorghum. I was so excited to see that there is somebody that is going to pay special attention to sorghum, and we need to put in more effort of collecting Zerazira sorghums for the good of the international sorghum community, because this is extremely important. The other point which came up in our discussion is that the SMIL program has been around for the last 10 years, and I think the most important contribution of the SMIL program in the last 10 years has been really in the institution building, in capacity building, in training, and many of the national programs who have participated have benefited from that. So we have a number of PhDs, a number of people who have advanced degrees who have joined the national programs, and I think it's a very significant contribution of the SMIL program. I want to highlight the issue of irrigated wheat in Ethiopia. I think many of my Ethiopian colleagues do know that in the last few years, the national focus is really moving forward the irrigated wheat agenda. We are involved, even including the Prime Minister is involved in really promoting irrigated wheat. And I think this is really a great opportunity for us as a sorghum community to piggyback on this opportunity. And Alan was telling me that he's doing this already, and I think we need to do more of that. And I think this is an impact which we can say is the contribution of the SMIL program moving this forward and join the wheat revolution and really promote improved sorghums, improved hybrids, which can really take advantage of the wheat revolution, and I think that is very important. Beyond this phase of the SMIL, I don't know what the situation is going to be seen. I have no idea. But my just gut feeling is that looking at the track record of USAID over the last several decades, they just don't drop the ball. My feeling is that they will continue to support the sorghum millet program in some form. The team has not informed me this, but it's just my gut feeling based on what has happened, and I think we need to be mentally prepared to take advantage of that situation. This is just my gut feeling, and I know in the breakout sessions, many of you have discussed that in a cursory way, but it's very important to think of that, and I think it's a great opportunity. I think one of the exciting things of the SMIL program over the years, I have been involved with the SMIL program in the last 10 years, and prior to that, in SMIL, I've been involved, I guess I can say, from day one. And really this program supported by USAID over the years, for decades, has contributed significantly to national capacity building, and I think we have to continue to exploit that opportunity. We, as a sorghum millet community, we have come together as Africans, together West Africa and East Africa. We have come together and we are discussing our common issues revolving around sorghum and millet, and I think this is a great opportunity. The only institution I can think of that is putting together the East and West Africa research community is really the SMIL, USAID, and I think this is a very significant contribution USAID is really making to all of Africa, to the continent, and I think this is very important, and we don't have to be behind when this good work USAID has been doing and continues to do. As I said, I have my aspirations to look forward to all Africa continuing to work together, East and West Africa, in sorghum and millet issues, scientific issues. And I think by coming together, we all benefit. We learn a lot from West Africa, and West Africans learn a lot from East Africa. There is young blood exchange, there is exchange of information and scientific information, and Africa, the continent, becomes much stronger by working together. And I think USAID really deserves a very special recognition for putting together all of the research community building sorghum and millet. I wanted to highlight that. So I personally enjoyed interacting with many of you the last 3 days, and we are all looking forward for us to get together in Niamey. Maybe we can focus on the West African issue in 3 weeks' time. And then we'll be discussing the West African sorghum millet program in more depth than what we have done here. We're looking forward to that. So it has been really my pleasure to have interacted with many of you and have been a witness of USAID's work in the last several decades, focusing on sorghum and millet. So thank you very much, and I think we are looking forward to our continued association with USAID support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rahani. Thank Kate will allow you to have the last word, please. Well, second to last word, I'm the last.
Thanks. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Well, I echo the comments made by the other advisory board members. I think these were all excellent suggestions and points. Maybe I'll just reiterate that, from USAID's perspective, looking back on the achievements over the years through this program and seeing the fantastic presentations today of what progress has been made, we're incredibly proud of the work that's being done through this program. We think there's a story to tell about these achievements, and so glad to see the attention to packaging the information and reflecting on the learning and making sure that that information is made available to build on through future research. We really appreciate, I think, especially the networks that were created among scientists through this program, the collaboration that we've seen really resulting in some of these tremendous achievements, and the capacity strengthening that I think has been a real key outcome of this program. So there's so much to be proud of. And I think that the attention to communication and sharing of learning will really support any future work to build on what's been done through this program and to leverage these strengths and continue the progress in the future. So I want to thank you all. USAID is very grateful for the partnership and for all of your commitment and dedication to the work through this program. And we appreciate each of your contributions that have led to these great achievements. So thank you all for your contributions.
Thank you very much, Faith. And just when you think that I couldn't ask you for anything else, I'm going to ask you for something else. Okay. Just as Dr. Bahani very eloquently stated, one of our greatest achievements has been in institution building. And I acknowledge that, and it's a very sort of intuitive thing that we feel. We know that we've made an impact, and it's a very difficult thing for someone like me as an economist to mention. So instead of being more antiseptic about the term of what we've achieved, I think that we can think of ourselves as a team of men and women, scientists, practitioners, development experts, administrators that have been sort of bound together by a deep desire to change the world that we live in. I was thinking about it when I was flying over here. In 1988, I was a biology teacher in rural Kenya, so 35 years ago. And over that period of time, the population in Africa has tripled. And so when Dr. Stoker tells you to think about what you can do with the youth now to change behavior moving forward, it's important to think about yourself and what you can do over the very, very long term. So as we're bound together as a team, and as we've achieved incredible things throughout this program, my ask is this. And so Ben and Stacy have created a lapel pin. You probably can't see it because it's on this white paper. Each one of you has one of these up here on the counter. And so my ask to you is to wear this lapel pin with pride and acknowledge that you've been part of this institution or this team or this family that we've built over the past 10 years, and especially Alemu, Spaya, Habtig, Kemede, you know who you've worked with who are not here today, the technicians and the other individuals. So I encourage you to think about how many more of these you'd like to distribute to your team members to acknowledge that they've made an incredible contribution to this program. So with that, I thank you very much for your participation today. let's go have a wonderful evening and celebrate this fraternity, this sorority that we have built together over at the hotel, and we will look forward to conveying the same level of energy and achievement tomorrow to ATI. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There are pins in the front and the back, and if you have extra, we have members.